right, good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Yeah, the pressure's not on at all. Next is the headliner, so. I know, you're sitting there looking, you're like, holy shit, Sasquatch and Momoa had a love child. Sorry, DNA results are in. Momoa was not involved. And yes, last name's Hernandez, so let's be fair. Para continuar en español, marque número dos. All right, English it is. So the beautiful thing is, my father's from Havana, Cuba, and my mom's from Bogota, Colombia. So growing up, I thought, that made me a communist drug lord. But it does explain why we all had the same amount of drugs growing up. No, actually, my father's done really well for himself. He has a PhD, he's in engineering. I got my PhD, post hole digger. So if you're wondering, yep, I live out in Mayaca City. Heard the mayor's here, awesome. Yes, in Mayaca City. No, my wife is not my third cousin. She's my first, we're close. But the beautiful thing is my father's name is Juan, and he had a twin growing up, or has a twin growing up named Amal. But my grandmother only carried a picture of Juan, and I asked her, and she said, well, once you've seen Juan, you've seen them all. But the cool thing is, my parents have been married for 57 years. Well, so I asked my father, I said, what's the trick? What's the secret? And he said, I keep it to 3 times a week. Talking. And then my wife and I, we've been married for 19 years, and so I'm learning. The secret is just give her what she wants. She says, honey, I want a back rub. So I buy her a Shih Tzu massager, just sit there. She says, honey, I want my back washed sometimes. No problem, buy her a scrubber, whenever she can do it. Honey, I want sex. I'm just gonna leave it there. But those Energizer bunnies keep going and going and going and going and going. And going and going. We have a son that's 14 years old. So who else has? Does anyone else have children that age? They think they know everything at that age. They don't. Little shit screwed up our taxes. We also have a wonderful neighbor who she's into the essential oils, and they work well. She has all different types. She has them for aches and she has pains. So I said, Abby, what are the ones for the people that cause you aches and pains? Chloroform. But it's funny, the more I get to know people, the more I like my dog. So, and people say, it's just a dog, it's not the same. I said, really? Lock your wife and your dog in the trunk of your car for an hour. Come back and tell me who's still happy to see you. Who wants a treat? Who's been a good boy? Oh, yes, I do. So the other thing I love, I don't know if you guys notice, as I get older, I'm getting older, you just walk down the streets and you observe things and you see different things come in different ways. See that sign, watch for children? I just got to ask myself, is that a good deal? I guess if it's a Rolex, I guess so. And then the other day, I actually felt bad, but I had to watch this poor woman. She's sobbing and sobbing, this and that. But sure enough, our army comes in full fatigues, walking down. You got a problem with your car? She said, yes, I locked my keys in it. He said, no problem. Pulls down his trousers, rolls them up in a ball and starts rubbing them on the car, and all of a sudden, poof, door is open. She's like, wow, that's so clever. How'd you do it? He goes, easy, it's my car keys. My car keys. Let me do it over here. Khakis. It's hard not to say it with a Boston accent. Now we all gonna go home. Khakis? Khakis. Khakis. Khakis? So sure enough, walking further down, this woman comes up to me. She's like, hey. I said, good evening. Hi, how you doing? She's like, I'll do anything for $50. I'm like, I'm married, but anything? Anything, sweet stuff, anything. So guess who got their house painted? Well, thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure, and I want to say blessed are those who can laugh at themselves because they'll never cease to be amused.
How about another big hand for all of the new college performers?